Hello, everyone, and welcome to a new SEGA News Bits. I'm your host, George, and with me is Barry.
Hello.
And we're going to continue talking about the South by Southwest. The panel revealed, finally, Project Sonic 2017's official name. It's called Sonic Forces. Everybody,
yes.
It's not tied in with Star Wars, I don't think so.
Oh.
But I wish, that's the first thing I thought. I saw it and I was like, hell yeah, Sonic is in the new Star Wars movie, finally, The Last Hedgehog. But
yeah,
no, it's not. And they also showed their communist logo, which you can see in the back. Look at that thing. Mm-hmm. The stars. Come on, comrades. Get excited. But what is your opinion on the logo? I mean, you're a graphic designer.
I mean, first off, the title. I'm so excited to have a title because I am sick and tired of writing these articles and writing in Project Sonic 2017 out,
Yeah, I agree.
The title itself, it kind of evokes Sonic Heroes. I don't think this is going to be another Sonic Heroes, but I think it's a good title. It's. I haven't seen any other games really use forces. I feel like there's a lot of ones that are overused, like Unleashed and things like that, but it sounds good. As for the logo itself, it looks fine. I mean, some people have compared it to Tony Hawk's Underground, which is kind of funny. I think it kind of looks like the Star Wars Rebels stuff that they did during the first season, where it had a very tilted graffiti art kind of vibe to it. It's fine. I don't think it's my favorite Sonic logo by any means. I think that the font for Forces looks kind of lazy. I do really love the color scheme because it reminds me of a Sega Master System.
It kind of reminded me of Iron Man.
Yeah, it does look like Iron Man.
But that's that. They also talked about the gameplay a bit, and they also showed gameplay. We'll talk about that. But they said there's going to be 3 gameplay styles. Classic, modern, and a third one they haven't revealed yet. So that means Chows are back, right, guys? Chows, right?
Yay! Woo! Shut down the channel. We did it. We brought Chows back.
No, it's probably not going to be that. But and they said this game is the evolution of Sonic Generations and Sonic Colors. So what are your thoughts about this? And are you excited? I mean, was Sonic Generation and Colors Evolution something you wanted?
Oh yeah, I mean those are my 2 favorite recent games, and they even show in the trailer. They mention those 2, the first trailer that went out. So that's great. As for the third style, that's a good question because, I mean, they could mean that there's classic, modern, and then a new way to play, or it could be classic, modern, adventure fields are back, or it could be classic, modern, and like they said, Sonic Forces. Maybe there's a way to play as Eggman or something.
And they did say that the name Sonic Forces meant that there's forces in this world, and they're pitted against each other. They said Sonic has his own force, Eggman has its own force, and then they said other people have their own forces, and those forces will be announced in the future. So maybe Team Chaotix?
Well, yeah, I mean, and going back to that whole Heroes thing, it could be that, and we'll get into this later, like in the next few minutes, like in the possibility of open world, but it could be that, you might go to different areas and it's more like Sonic's force has taken over that area, Eggman's force. I'm really excited by that idea because it could mean that we see the long-awaited return of some characters we haven't seen in a long time. We could see Fang, we could see Mighty, we could see SBO, the Chaotix guys. I mean, we've seen SBO recently, but, like Mighty and Ray, things like that. Like, maybe there's like a bounty hunter group or something. I don't know.
And they also showed off a new gameplay, very little bit, like 30 seconds, 45 seconds. And it's Sonic zooming through this, city that's being destroyed. And some key-eye people started noticing that the city is kind of, it has Green Hill Zone hills, kind of they're intertwined. A lot of people are kind of thinking maybe the 2 worlds have collided again in modern and classic or some other. What do you think about this? You had your own kind of theory.
Yeah, and so I'm looking at it right now. It's largely just a city, but like you said, when he goes up in the air, you can see more of a Green Hill area in the background, correct?
Yeah. And
so my thought is that we either have a Sonic game that is literally a giant open world, not unlike the new Zelda, where you start at the beginning of the game and you can see where you're going to end it miles off. Or it could be one of those things where you play a large area and in the background you can see where the next area is going to be, but it's not literally that stage. It's just giving you the visual impression of it. I'm trying to think. Sonic Dash does that of all games, where you can see where you were and you can see where you're you can see where you were. I remember that, and you can see where you're potentially going. And so maybe they're playing up that, so you'll be playing through this stage and you get to the end and then you can see where you're going next. Or even, I think would be even more exciting and probably much more of a I feel like it would make this more worthy of being a next-gen Sonic game, is that you play through a stage, you get to the end, and it doesn't end. Instead, you go from the 3D to the 2D to an adventure field that leads you into the next 3D stage. And there is no real break outside of maybe the stage name appearing on the screen, which would be really exciting to have a game that you could literally play from beginning to end with no breaks.
That'd be pretty cool, but I don't know. It would be kind of weird to kind of blend that whole open world with Classic Sonic. Maybe Classic Sonic is like you go to a level and it's kind of like a hub, and when you go in, it's like, hey, you want to go into this level, and then you could pick Classic, I guess.
Well, like with Generations, they did that.
Yeah. Well, yeah, they did do that.
Yeah.
I was gonna say the other thing they kind of showed, or they talked about, was the graphics engine. It's called Hedgehog Engine 2. And they said they're not throwing away the old engine. This is like a new updated version of the old engine. So that's kind of good for, I guess, nerds like us. They like to know this kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, they showed off the new track too, which is rock and roll based. Did you hear it yet?
I'm playing it right now as I speak to you, though. It's not bad.
Yeah, it's very rock and rollish, right?
Yeah.
It's like Crush 40, Sonic Adventure type music, and I think it sounds fine. I know there's a lot of people online that love that type of music, but this is great though, because Sega is really hitting both markets, right? The classic Sonic, and the modern Sonic, and I feel this is like the first time they finally got both of them excited. Mm-hmm. This one also seems to have a darker tone to it, like I think a lot of the modern Sonic fans like. Mm-hmm. What is your opinion on the tone of the game?
I originally, with that first trailer, I thought it looked too dark. It's looking really bright now for me, and the logo itself kind of has that like edgy but bright vibe. I can't really explain it, but I guess, I mean, I always talk about Star Wars on here, but you look at Star Wars Rebels, it's a show that's not afraid to go to dark places, but it's still bright and colorful, and it has its, cheery moments. And so, in this case, and again to compare it to Star Wars Rebels, like they are at their worst, like the Empire has taken over. They're this small band forming this little force that'll fight the Empire, this rebel elite alliance. And so maybe we're looking at something similar here, where Eggman has taken over, and didn't even say that at the thing. Someone mentioned it was like in a world where Eggman won or Sonic lost or something like that.
I think that's, I mean, if you see the debut trailer, it kind of hinted at that.
Yeah, and so maybe we're seeing something similar to like Sonic Unleashed, when it kicks off with Sonic losing. Maybe this is even worse. It kicks off and Sonic has lost, Eggman took over, and you are battling to take it back. Maybe they even do something like that. Remember that game D-Blob, where it's like a city and it's overrun by this goo, and then you take it over and it gets bright and colorful. I think Mario Sunshine does something different. Or similarly, maybe here like stages start to look better, kind of like with Sonic CD, with the good future, bad future. Like as you play the game and go back to stages, which would be really exciting.
I agree.
I'm getting it. I'm getting really excited for it. I do have one question for you.
Okay.
Do you think that the classic Sonic in this game is the Sonic Mania Sonic? Do you think there's some sort of tie there?
I hope there is. I think this is like the perfect time to kind of inject like I don't know, like little Easter eggs on both games. Like you play one game and then you go to the other one, and you're like, oh, I remember this stage. This is a 3D version of a stage in Sonic Mania, like Studiopolis. That'd be cool if they had that as a playable level in 3D.
Yeah. Right. I mean, it would not be difficult for them to, at the end of Sonic Mania, once you collect all the emeralds, you see a little cutscene where the 2D Sonic sees a portal open and he jumps into it. And then you wait like 4 months, Sonic Forces comes out, and you see classic Sonic emerging from that portal, or however he gets there.
I agree.
That would be really cool. That would be great.
And what is your opinion on the graphics they showed? A lot of people, I mean, we did a speculation video thinking maybe they'll kind of scale back the graphics. And I know we've only seen off-footage gameplay. The official...
We'll see more footage tomorrow, or at least on Friday as we record this. I don't know. It could be that the teaser footage was in-game footage. It would not shock me.
Well, they said it was in-game.
Oh, the teaser was?
Yeah.
Oh, right. Okay. See, this is a legit reaction then video. I'm reacting to learning about it. That's awesome.
So yeah, it looked great. They said it's pre-alpha, so some stuff could change, but I think it looked great. It looked like it ran really smoothly. I just don't know what platform they were running it on. So I hope we get more info on that. I want to see all 4 versions. I mean, there's a PC version apparently. I didn't even know. Xbox One, PS4. Apparently, it was announced on PC the first day. I guess we might have skipped that detail, but
no.
So yeah, there's those versions. We'll see what it looks like on the Switch, hopefully soon enough. But both games are coming out in 2017, though. So double Sonic games this year. Are you excited?
Yeah. Are you kidding me? I'm very excited. Now it's one of those things where I'm excited as a fan, but I'm kind of horrified as a fan site guy, because it's like you got to start watching the Twitters and you got to start getting the scoops, you know.
That's exciting times, dude.
Oh man, and then we have our little private conversations where I'm like, "Hey George, I found another screen. It's Sonic, and he looks slightly different in the same environment." And you're like,
"Yes,
news it."
Well, let us know what you guys think about all these new Project Sonic. Oh no, I don't have to say that anymore. Sonic Forces reveals. And if you guys like this video, give it a like and subscribe. Thanks for watching.
Don't make us force you.